All right, before we dive into this episode, the Minimalists want to help you declutter your glowing screen. So head on over to theminimalists.com/wallpapers to download any of our free minimalist wallpapers, including our Love People, Use Things wallpaper for your smartphone or computer. Enjoy.
Miller writes in, I don't know what I'm passionate about. Help! This makes me think of, I always point to Cal Newport when I think of people struggling with their passion. He wrote 2 really good books. One's called Deep Work, and the other one is called So Good They Can't Ignore You. And those came out in opposite order of what I just listed them.
Right.
But yeah, Cal talks about how, following your passion, like it's bad advice because we assume that there's this one thing that's supposed to just like spark this excitement, and that we go to bed excited, and then we wake up and we think about that thing, and and it sparks more excitement, and then we're just getting excitement sparked throughout the whole day. That there might be someone out there who has had that happen to them, but I can certainly say, like, I love what I do. Josh, I know he loves what he does. We put a lot of work into what we do, and it's cultivating something that we do have an appreciation for. It's something that we do love, but there's a lot of work that goes into cultivating that passion. Yeah. And the beautiful thing too is, like, I love to snowboard. I love to mountain bike. I love to longboard. There are so many things that I can cultivate, that I can put my time and effort into. So, I think for my advice for Miller here would be, find something that interests you and start putting effort towards that. Don't look in the mirror and be like, all right, Miller, what is your passion? You've got to come up with this one thing that you're just going to be,
and that you're stuck with it for the rest of your life as well.
Right.
So can you have people come to you and say, hey, I don't know what I'm passionate about.
Yeah. Well, let me give quick context, and then I'm going to tell Miller how he can actually figure this out. So I appreciate Cal's work. I've interviewed Cal, and Cal's right when he says, and there are other people that say, don't follow your passion, but they're not giving you the rest of the sentence. So I teach on talent and passion every day. They must intersect, and they must both equally be at play. So for instance, don't be the kid on American Idol who you have an empty passion to be famous, but you can't sing. Okay, that's what Cal's talking about, and other people have said that's what they're really talking about.
Absolutely.
But they're throwing a little bit out, and so with all due respect, I want to teach this because you got to understand passion is huge. It's not enough on its own. It's marrying what you do best. Raw talent. Think of a bunch of clay, just a lump of clay right now. I don't know if you've ever seen a potter actually take a lump of clay and put it on the wheel and do it. It's fascinating stuff. This is what I teach. We take the raw talent, meaning everybody's born with some things you're good at, multiple things, but there's a handful of things you do better than anything else. That's what we're talking about. Identify that. Because Miller's got to look at that first, because within what he does best are the clues to what he would love to do most.
Absolutely.
So I always start there with my caller. Well, let's just look at what you do best. And human beings don't like to do things we suck at unless it's golf. It's one of the few things. I love golf, but it's about camaraderie, the cigar on the back nine, a little bit of bourbon, and every once in a while I hit a good shot. And oh, by the way, I'm in nature, and it's gorgeous, right? But I largely suck, but I keep doing it. That's a hobby, right?
Yeah.
So that's not profession. That's not purpose. All right, now, then we look at the other side, which is passion. What do I mean by passion? Is this a fleeting, feel-good feeling? No. No. Oh, I love this. So if you look at the root word of passion, it means to struggle. That's where it comes from, the Greek. And so it means to struggle. So what does that mean? Well, what they meant is if you're willing to struggle to be able to do this, if you're willing to struggle to be willing to see the results of the struggle, that's a passion.
Yeah.
That's meaning. That's significance. That's what we all long for. So we look at that. So that's what I mean when I say passion, like that the work, you look forward to the work because you guys look forward to what you do. Do we have hard days? Absolutely, we do. But we look forward to it. Now, here's the other part. When we're engaged in it, oh, I got the juice. I got the juice even when I'm sick. You turn the mic on for me, and I know I got callers on the other end that need clarity. It doesn't matter how I feel, guys. I got the juice.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me. Okay? Now, when the show's over, no matter how bad I feel or how tired I am or what's going on in my personal life or if it's been tough meetings in the rest of the day, in those moments after the show and then when I lay my head down on the pillow at night, there's terrific meaning in the results of the work. All right. Now, That's there for everybody. So you use what you do best to perform the work that makes you come alive. Now, how do we figure out passion? Well, the first step is, as I told you, start to identify your talents. Really easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Stop thinking and start feeling. What have people always complimented you on? What subjects or little skills or things always just came easy to you? You saw other people struggle with it, but it was easy for you. Write that down. Take that list of some people in your life that are truth tellers. They're not going to make you feel good like the mom on American Idol who told her kid his whole life, baby, you sing so good, and the kid sucked. And it took him embarrassing himself on national TV for this poor kid to get some truth in his life. So please don't be that person. Go to people in your life who know you well and will tell you the truth. All right, so then we get clarity on what we do well. Then answer,
and be willing to accept the truth.
Well, yeah. By the way, that's the whole point. You need to see you as the world sees you, so put some mirrors in your life. Now, how do you dive into the passion thing? Well, we've got the clues on what we're good at. So then you answer these 3 basic questions. All right? It's a psychological exercise. I'm rewording the same question 3 times. First one is, who do I most want to help? And just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Put a face on them. Think about them. Who are they? Who do you most want to help? Second question, what problem do you most want to solve? Go back to that first question. What are the problems that those people I was thinking about have? I mean, get specific.
Mm-hmm.
Are they single moms who are struggling financially in public housing and they don't feel they have a way out? Why? Why do you have that? And when I ask callers that, it's always personal. Well, my mom was a single mom and I watched my mom struggle.
Mm.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere, right? Now the heart's revealing true passion, the why. All right, then the third question is, what solution do you most want to provide? Again, this is more of it's a little different take, but it's like, I get jazzed about this solution. I love creating apps that make people's lives easier. Fantastic. That's great. That's a worthy cause.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, great. If I could do that all day, every day, program apps that make people's lives better. Oh man, that's incredible. So let's not overthink this passion question. Answer those 3 questions. And by the way, I recommend a pencil and a piece of paper. Here's why. It will clarify your brain. When you take it from the brain and you write it down, we know from psychological studies that the brain begins to see those things. The brain takes pictures of what we think about. Mm-hmm. This is a real thing. Go look this up. This is neuroscience. And so whatever thoughts we focus on, the brain then becomes like this RoboCop roving camera that begins to look for the things that are verifying our thoughts. It's true. Let me give you an example, psychological study on this. We've all bought a car at some point in our life, or we were with our mom and dad when they bought a car.
Yep.
And we all went to the lot and we got all excited about the car. We're all focused on that car. Big deal. We get in the car and on our way home, we see that car 17 times.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day we see it 25 times. And at some point, all of us think or say to each other, seeing this car everywhere. I didn't see it last week. It's crazy how many people have this car. Why? Focus.
Mm.
Whatever our brain focuses on, okay? Whatever thought, so this is the power of thought. Whatever we think about, our brain then goes and looks for that thought and will go find things that we never even saw. So this is powerful. Step back on this. So when you truly begin to answer those 3 questions, who do I most want to help? What problem do I most want to solve? What solution do I most want to provide? It might start at 50,000 feet. Then we wake up the next day and we look at it again and we get that old eraser out, right? We don't have to worry about an ugly page and we rewrite it. And the next day and the next day and the next day. And before you know it, it's gone from 50,000 feet to it's right in front of me and I've never saw it before. And this is not mumbo jumbo, folks. This is what I tell my callers every day and it works. And we've got the emails and the social media posts and it worked for me. So if you're trying to figure out that sweet spot, the intersection of what you do best and what you love to do most, those are the things that you have to do. Get very clear on what you do best. And now these are the tools we can use to answer, how do I do this over here? Well, I happen to be really empathetic and I'm just a great listener and I'm a pretty good communicator. Okay, great. Let's write those down. Then let's go over here. Well, it turns out that I'm really passionate about helping children. Okay, what children? What are the problems? Well, they've had abuse. Oh, okay. Why is that? Well, I was abused. Oh, okay. See, from great pain comes tremendous passion.
Yeah.
So we have lots of clues is my point. I just gave you the whole
I love it,
process
man. Well,
really
no,
quick.
Yeah, that process that's how you cultivate a passion. Like that is,
Yeah.
I think those are the steps, and I've never heard it explained so well, man. That was perfect.
Well, it's pretty simple too.
And the other thing too is like what I was just kind of reworking in my head here with Cal's take on it is passion is not the beginning.
No.
Like passion is the end result. And going back to what you first said about where it comes from the Greek word which means to struggle.
Yeah.
Like the passion comes from the struggle.
Yeah.
The passion, the focusing on the passion, that might drive the motivation.
It's the fuel.
Yes.
So look at passion as the fuel for achieving your purpose.
but not the
it's not a destination.
right. Yeah.